Hey guys, welcome to One of a Kind Reviews. I am Paul.
And I'm Dale.
And this is This Week, number 10.
If you mess with me, you got no chance. No chance at all.
Alright, so we kicked off Raw with Dean Ambrose coming out. He pretty much got on the microphone, then Randy Orton came out, interrupted him. They had a little bit of like their back and forth they do about the Wyatts. And then Kane came out and made a tag team match for...
He didn't come out, he was on a Titantron.
He was on, my bad, Titantron then.
Yep, still.
Yep, and then he made a tag team match for the New Day to take on Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose.
And said tag team match followed that segment.
Yep.
So, not a hell of a lot to say about the match. It was a good match. Definitely a good match.
Yeah,
New Day looking
match.
Fantastic again.
Yeah, you could never go wrong with those four individuals in the ring.
Yeah, and Xavier Woods on the outside, of course.
Exactly.
You've got to mention him.
Yep.
Got to mention him.
Don't know how I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with me?
He's like one of your favourites.
I know. Definitely.
Alright, and the New Day went over in that one.
Yeah, which was really good to see. New Day have been looking very impressive recently.
New Day rocks, man.
Yeah, they definitely rock.
Fucking rock.
Geologists.
And then we had Nikki Bella versus Naomi, obviously, with Team Bella and Bad at ringside.
Yep.
And so halfway through this match, we had the crowd erupting in "We Want Sasha" chants, as they do.
Yeah, which who could blame them?
Yeah, because let's be honest, we want Sasha.
Yeah, we do. Definitely.
Yeah. And so Brie Bella actually got on the mic and acknowledged the chants.
Yep, which I'm glad they did.
Yeah, so that seems like they're building something a little bit with Sasha.
At least you can tell WWE acknowledging the fact that fans want Sasha Banks.
Yeah, and I have read that there's serious talks about turning her babyface very soon.
Good, very good.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like she shouldn't be a babyface, it'll still kind of give her a push that is needed.
Yeah, it's kind of like New Day.
Yeah.
Like New Day, when they got so popular that it was like, well, they're unofficial babyfaces.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's essentially what Sasha is now.
Definitely.
So, yeah. So Nikki Bella won that one after Brie acknowledged the chants and Naomi got distracted. And, yeah, that was that match.
We then moved on to the United States Open Championship. It's not an Open Championship. The Open Challenge for the US Championship.
Yep, and surprise, surprise.
It was Dolph Ziggler.
He wasn't knocked out this week.
No.
Good for him. Good for him.
And yeah, this match was absolutely killer of a match. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, considering it was like second, third match in on Raw.
Yeah.
You don't really expect much from that.
And I mean, you expect Cena and Ziggler to put on a good match, but nothing to the extent of what they did.
Yeah, they put on a very good match considering we got it for free on Raw.
Exactly.
Well done. One thing we did want to mention, very disappointed in John Cena just randomly stopping a title match halfway through just to acknowledge the marriage proposal that happened in the crowd.
Well, I mean, at least those people had some good taste in wrestlers.
Yeah.
Don't know if you noticed, but the dude was wearing a Rollins shirt, the female was wearing a Dean Ambrose shirt, so...
Oh, well, there you go.
Good stuff there.
Well, he saluted Cena, though, so...
Maybe that's just...
Does he really have good taste?
Who knows?
Yeah, but, yeah, I don't like just randomly stopping matches for stupid shit that's happening in the crowd. Especially when it's like a fucking US Championship match.
Exactly, like when they stop a match for like a chick fight that's happening.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to the new engaged couple.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so Cena went over in that one, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, Cena wins, lol. And then we moved on to the Ascension versus the Dudley Boys.
Yep, I mean, this was a pretty typical squash match you see from the Ascension and the Dudleys.
Yeah, like, what even was the point of this match?
There wasn't.
There wasn't a point.
There never seems to be with the Ascension these days.
Yeah, well, I was kind of hoping the Ascension were going to get a win, and then it was like, oh, they're facing the Dudleys.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, so can't put them over in that position, really. So yeah, Dudley Boys won that one.
Yeah, we then had a backstage segment where Kane made the main event, which was a lumberjack match between him and Seth Rollins.
Right after he got off the phone with Steph and Triple H about how he had to be a professional tonight and that he had to put his differences with Seth Rollins aside.
So he decides to go make a match with himself and Rollins.
Like, immediately. Like, hung up the phone, made a match.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell, man. But, yeah. And then there was the phone cutting out with the Authority when he was trying to tell them who was in the main event. It was like, who's Seth's opponent? He's like, it's me. And then, you know...
We know it's you, Kane, but who's his opponent?
Yeah. So, yeah. And then later in the night they had actually a better reception or whatever.
Somewhat better, yeah.
Somewhat better reception. And then they told him under no circumstances is he going to be in the main event. So that just made it... I actually thought, oh, maybe we're going to get someone else but Kane.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Anyway. So we had Cesaro and Neville versus King Barrett and Sheamus as well.
It's a very interesting combination of Barrett and Sheamus, I feel. I enjoyed the combination.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Like as a tag team.
They've put them together before.
I mean, yeah, they're both really strong workers, and I feel like they could... I wouldn't say put them as an actual tag team, but, you know, tag them every now and then.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Well, Sheamus has got the money in the bank.
Yeah, but, like, he's got the money in the bank, but what's he been doing?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly. He's been carrying a fucking briefcase around. That's his entire career right now.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Oh well, he got a win.
Yep. We then had Braun Strowman taking on Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
which Roman Reigns made all of the Wyatt family look stupid.
Yeah, like very stupid. Like the whole they surrounded the ring after the count out victory for Roman Reigns, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, the Wyatts surrounded the ring, and the minute that they got into the ring, Roman just slid out casually.
Right next to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, right next to Bray Wyatt as he squashed his hat.
It's not like he didn't. It's not like he didn't slide the way that the Wyatts weren't. He slid right in the middle of them.
Yeah, like Dale and I were discussing, he could have just like left.
Yeah.
Like there was the entranceway and no Wyatt there.
You're like, oh, cool. I'll just go behind me then.
Yeah, that could have worked. Yeah. And then Bray, you know, while he was on his knees doing his whole like little thing, just completely set himself up for a punch.
Yeah, that looked all like ridiculously stupid.
Made him look even more stupid. So
yeah, not happy with the stupidity of the Wyatt family.
No, not really.
But you know, besides that, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, what do you do? Anyway, so then we had a Ryback versus Rusev with Summer Rae for some fucking reason.
Yep. Fucking. Oh, I don't even know what to say about this shit.
Okay, well, the fact that they were trying to make it seem like Summer Rae, like, didn't know about it, you know, like, to accompany him to the ring and, you know, seem all fine and stuff, and then just, after the match, just be like, oh, look what I found out on the internet. Like, no shit,
Yeah.
Everyone realizes this.
Yeah, we knew this a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, but thank you, Rusev and Lana, for getting engaged and fucking this storyline up.
Yes, like, completely fucking agree.
Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't, like, continue, because it's looking like it will.
I'm hoping not.
But, yeah, fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. So, Rusev lost that match to Ryback. Guys, get used to seeing Rusev lose.
New Vladimir Kozlov. I
Yeah,
can guarantee it.
yeah, because, like, you know, congratulations on the engagement, but there goes to your career, mate.
Yeah, his career's going to be over in 2 or 3 years. As
Yeah.
in, by over, I mean he'll be a, like, comedy Santino-like character.
Yeah, and in that 2 or 3 years, he will just lose all credibility.
Yeah.
Like, because he's kind of losing it already,
Definitely.
to be honest.
We then had Kevin Owens taking on Kalisto. A bit of a strange match there, but, I mean, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Well, he faced Sin Cara last week, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But, yeah, not a hell of a lot to say about this, apart from the finish. It was a very, very well-saved powerbomb
Definitely, yeah.
by Kevin Owens. Very nasty-looking powerbomb, too.
Yeah, it looked quite painful. I thought Kalisto might be injured for a second, but it seemed alright.
No, Kalisto seems like he can take a beating, so
Yeah,
good
which
for
is
him.
good. Good stuff.
Yeah, so Kevin Owens won that one. Then we had Brie Bella and Alicia Fox versus Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
Yep. Well, actually, weird to see Alicia Fox and Brie Bella getting the win in this one.
Yeah, but it was because Natty was at ringside.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, I remember this now.
Paige did something.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember very well.
I don't even know what Paige is doing anymore, really, to be honest.
Being some weird, like, spoiled high school kind of brat character.
Yeah, like, she was, like, completely, like, flipped and turned heel, and everyone was going fucking nuts about that promo and shit. And then the next week, she's trying to be buddy-buddy with them again.
It's ridiculous.
Obvious. I don't know.
I don't know what they're going for, but...
I really don't know. But, then we got the news that we're going to have a very entertaining Raw next week, obviously, because...
Lots of people on Raw.
Yeah, big names. We've got Brock Lesnar, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker.
It'll be very interesting to see. I'm sure they're not all going to be in the same segment, obviously, but...
I wouldn't think so. And, well, I don't think any of them are going to have a match, either.
Yeah, I'd say not.
Probably not. Hopefully Undertaker has a match, because, I mean, he's working the Mexico tour with Kane, so...
Yeah, just might as well make him work Michaels. Fuck
yeah,
it.
fuck it.
Taker versus Michaels main event next week. I'll be happy with that.
That's awesome. That's like WrestleMania quality.
And no, I don't mean on main event next week.
Yes. And speaking of main events, we had like the big anticipated lumberjack match. Yeah. Seth Rollins and his mystery opponent that wasn't Kane.
That was Kane.
Turned out to be Kane.
Yep. That's gotta be Kane.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of when he came out.
I just found this whole segment disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. There was nothing special about it.
No, but like what annoyed me was because Michael Cole played up on commentary like, they said that Corporate Kane couldn't be in the match. They didn't say anything about the Demon Kane. They just said Kane.
They said Kane.
Kane, so Demon Kane, Corporate Kane, still fucking Kane.
Still the same person.
And, yeah. And that's my little rant on that.
Yeah, well, I guess that'll wrap it up for Raw.
Yeah, apart from the fact that Kane won.
Yeah, Kane won.
Kane got a fucking victory on the champ.
Yep.
And, yeah, that was Raw.
Alright, now moving on to main event. We kicked main event off with a match between Stardust and Fandango.
Fandango.
I don't know, I felt it was necessary. No one's mentioned that whole thing in quite a while.
Yeah, he should just like randomly, when he's doing his entrance, if they just say Fandango, you should just stop.
Yeah.
Just go back to that.
And I'm not wrestling.
I'm not wrestling until you fucking say my name right, guys. So Stardust won that one.
Yep, as you would expect.
Nothing really much to say about that, apart from it was a very pervy looking cover.
Yep. Stardust seems to have a thing for putting his dick in Fandango's face.
Yes, and we moved on to one of the most awkward things I have ever seen.
Really cringy.
Okay, so apparently Adam Rose doesn't have theme music anymore.
Nope, he just has like it almost sounds like a Price is Right kind of like...
No, it sounds like the Royal Rumble noise.
Yeah, it is the Royal Rumble.
It is the Royal Rumble noise.
When someone comes out, yeah.
Yeah, it's after the countdown, he gets that buzzer, and then just nothing.
And then he comes out singing his name.
For no particular reason, in no particular tune.
Yeah, like we're listening to it like, okay, is that a tune? No, it's nothing we know of. Okay, is there a point behind this? No, there's no point to it.
Like, he literally just sang his way to the ring, and then Ryback interrupted him.
Yeah.
Like, there was no fucking point to it at all. And you could see him, like, dying a little bit inside.
Yeah, every time he sung the words Adam Rose, he just died a little inside.
And I can't blame him, to be honest. Because they're really pooping on his party.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That party got pooped on a long time ago.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's pretty obvious who won that.
Yep.
Ryback.
Yep, Ryblock.
Rybotch.
Rybotch, actually, yeah.
Yep. Then we had the main event of main event.
Yep. Which was Naomi and Tamina taking on Brie and Nikki Bella.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Brie and Nikki won this one, and we're pretty much just playing into the whole, like, we want Sasha thing again.
Yeah.
Saying that, that the Divas Revolution is the, Bella's evolution.
I still laugh, because the only...
Top promo work there, Nikki.
The only point to watching Naomi matches these days is to see how many times her shoe fucks up. Like, that's literally the only interesting part about watching her wrestle.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't think we did anything else but just look at her shoes.
Yeah, well, we came up with an idea that we think it might actually be a rib on her to see how many times her opponents can press the button on the bottom of her shoes during the match. Because it looked like Brie Bella did it on purpose at one point.
Yeah, for sure, because like Naomi was like crawling towards the corner for a tag.
Yeah.
And then Brie Bella just grabbed her, and then you could see her hand moving around and stuff while she was grabbing the leg, and then suddenly the shoe changes colour. So we're starting to think that people are just fucking with her while she's having a match.
Which I think, it seems like the most viable option.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that, guys. It's pretty entertaining, to be honest.
Is.
And that wrapped up main event. So on to Superstars.
We had Jack Swagger come out to the ring, and then once again, Adam Rose singing his lovely name to everyone.
His lovely name.
I was going to say like lovely song, but then...
It's not a lovely song, it's not a
not.
lovely name. He's got a decent singing voice though, that's funny.
well, the lovely was quite sarcastic, but...
Oh, whatever.
He's not horrible.
No, he's not horrible, but that match was horrible.
Yeah.
So, Jack Swagger won that one. So, good for you, Jack.
Not really much else to say, mate. Adam Rose tap.
Yep. And then we moved on to the main event of Superstars. Fandango versus Stardust. Again.
Yep.
The epic rematch from main event.
Now on Superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this was literally the same match we saw on main event.
Yeah.
There was no difference that I really noticed.
And that is all we will say about that. Alright, and on to SmackDown. So we started out the night, the commentators were just talking about what matches had been made, and the main event in particular, in which Booker T said the New Day was the hottest tag team in the WWA.
WWA.
Good work, Booker. Good work.
Whatever the WWA is.
I don't know.
I do not know.
Something.
But then we moved on to Bo Dallas and Roman Reigns. Bo Dallas cut a bit of a promo on Roman Reigns before the match.
He totally put over his brother.
Yep, put over his brother big time.
She's like, the only way you're leaving Hell in a Cell is on a stretcher, Roman.
Believe that.
Believe that.
I'll believe that.
To be honest, it was one of the best promos Bo's cut.
I was honestly hoping he'd pull out the believe that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he did.
Yeah, well, he's got a good person to bounce off there with Roman.
Definitely.
The whole believe that and believe.
Works quite well.
It does.
But then on to the match itself. Yeah, as you'd expect, Roman Reigns pretty much demolished Bo Dallas.
Reigns wins, lol.
Yep.
That's a thing now, guys.
And then after that match, we moved on to a Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt little promo, like back and forth promo kind of thing.
Yeah. So Bray Wyatt said something that kind of interested me a little bit. He said that next Monday on Raw that he will deliver unto Roman the prophecy.
Whatever that means, I have no idea. But
see, I feel I'm probably reading way too much into this.
You probably are. It probably means absolutely nothing.
I hope it means something, to be honest, but like, the only reason it occurs to me that it might mean something significant is because of the names that we mentioned before on Raw.
Yeah.
Right? Like fucking Lesnar, Michaels, Flair, and The Undertaker are going to be there. Why not do a big angle?
No shit.
And what would be a bigger angle than bringing in Sister Abigail?
Exactly.
So hopefully that's a thing. If not, I don't know, it might be Eric Rowan's return. So that'd be really anticlimactic. So let's...
But I'd still enjoy that.
Oh well, let's hope something happens.
Yeah, you can only hope.
Because I'll be very disappointed that I wrote that down if nothing happens.
Alright, we then moved on to another Cesaro and Neville versus Barrett and Sheamus match. Rematch from Raw.
It was essentially the same match again.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
With the same winners as well.
Yeah. Fucking Cesaro and Neville did not look good in either of those matches, really.
No, not at all.
And that was pretty much it on that one. We had a Kevin Owens versus Zack Ryder match.
Oh, you skipped out on one little weird Dean Ambrose segment.
Oh, right.
I do want to actually mention that a little bit because it was
Fair
fucking
enough.
strange.
Go for it.
Well, pretty much we had Dean pulling out his gear and a slinky, and then he realised, oh wait, there's something missing from my bag, and starts rummaging through it, trying to look for it, throwing out like a globe and a slinky and fucking magic 8 ball and
and he was like full on interrogating the Magic 8 Ball. Like, where is it?
And he like ran off to go do something. Byron saw a little candy bar sticking out of his bag, so he pulled that out. Apparently that's what Ambrose was looking for. So Ambrose just takes it off him and just eats it, wrapper included. For whatever reason.
Product placement right there.
Yep.
You're gonna have product placement with a guy who's like the lunatic. That's how you do it.
You gotta have him take a bite out of your chocolate bar with the wrapper still on.
Yep, pretty much.
I don't know how he managed to actually break the wrapper.
I don't know.
Because he just bit it.
I don't know, but
It's fucking weird, but... Anyway, moving on to the Owens and Ryder match.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an Owens and Ryder match. Do I have to say anything else?
Owens wins.
That's really all there is. Owens wins with a pop-up powerbomb.
Yeah, well, good to see Ryder back on SmackDown, but also not good to see Ryder back on SmackDown.
Well, I mean, it's better than seeing him on Superstars. So
yeah, that's
there's
true.
that.
And then Ryback went for an attack, like, immediately following.
That was so heelish.
Yeah, like, what's going on with Ryback?
Apparently they're trying to turn him into a tweener or something.
But it's not going very well.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
confusing. It's just confusing.
No shit, he's turning more than the Big Show.
Except his turns aren't very, like...
Distinguishable.
No, he's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to do a heelish thing,
Yeah,
and then I'm
gonna
be a baby face. Yeah. Anyway.
It's really strange.
Moving on from that, we had Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler with Summer Rae as the guest referee.
Yeah, I mean, and this was pretty much what you expect from, those three in that situation after what happened on Raw. Summer Rae being obviously very favourable to Ziggler.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement too.
Yeah, big time understatement.
Yeah. Did you see her slow count for Rusev?
Yeah.
She was like fixing her hair and shit before she even got down for the count. Yeah, so I'm hoping that is like the end of that.
Yeah, like that match itself is the end of that feud.
Like, because that seems like a match that they would put on a pay-per-view as like the
final.
End of the rivalry. So hopefully the end of the rivalry was on SmackDown.
Well, I mean, it'd be very appropriate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see Rusev getting pushed way down the card now.
Definitely.
So that would
Without
be a
a
way
doubt.
of doing it. Like, ending his feud on fucking SmackDown and having him lose.
Yeah, definitely.
He's getting more so many pinfall losses for Rusev.
I mean, it meant something when Cesaro pinned him, though not many people actually took it like that. I did anyway.
Yeah.
But besides for that,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not impressive to beat Rusev anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a beatable person now. It's just not just like a handful of people.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like 5 people or something
Yeah, like
now.
4 or 5 people that have beaten him.
Anyway, moving on from that one, we had the Primetime Players versus Luke Harper and Braun Strowman. I enjoyed this match so
was
much.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Just because the Primetime Players got absolutely fucking decimated.
Yeah, it was the perfect example of, demolished.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you would want. And it's good because, I mean, the Primetime Players they're not that great, but I mean, they've had tag team titles and stuff, so they can still put them over as former tag team.
Exactly.
So Luke Harper, Braun Strowman just beat former tag team champions.
Yeah, well, that's the same way I kind of thought of Braun Strowman choked out Randy Orton, whatever. But then you think about, Braun Strowman choked out a 12-time world champion. Shit.
Yeah, and did the same with Jericho.
Yep.
As well, who's
4 or 5 times plus 9-time Intercontinental champion.
Exactly. So credentials, eh? So good for them. Then we had Charlotte versus Alicia Fox.
Yep. Once again, what you'd expect from these two. Charlotte goes over with the figure 8. Then it was really after the matches. I'm pretty sure it was the only reason they did this match for what happened afterwards.
Yeah, pretty much. So Team Bella, obviously because they had the 3-on-2 advantage with Becky and Charlotte, just attacked said people. And Paige came out to make the save.
Yeah.
Which
was strange.
I'm fucking so confused with Paige's thing right now. I get that she's just being a disingenuine friend or whatever.
Yeah.
That she's trying to be friends with them, but she just kicked Natty's ass.
But that's the thing, we don't know if she did.
It was obvious.
I'm half expecting that to be some sort of the the Bellas went and did that to kind of make it look like Paige did, to kind of, break up the team.
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
there's possibilities there, but
Other than that, it's either that or Paige did it.
yeah, I'd say just like probably Paige did it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think WWE creative is that creative.
Yeah, no.
ironically. But
Very
yeah.
ironically named.
Yeah, so then we moved on to the main event of SmackDown. It was the New Day versus the Dudley Boys and Dean Ambrose.
Yep, this was actually a pretty decent match.
Yeah, it was a very good match.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Had the Dudleys and Dean Ambrose win via disqualification, so they didn't really win.
Yeah, well, they won via trombone to the head.
Yeah, which I wouldn't call that winning.
Yeah, pretty much. And then post-match, the New Day just like absolutely destroyed the Dudleys and Ambrose.
You had Xavier Woods hit his Shining Wizard on, was it Bubba Ray?
I think it was Bubba.
And then they did the
Booty Ray.
Then the Trouble in Paradise, and then their finish. I'm not sure what their finish is called.
The assisted big ending.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah, well, it's like a big ending / DDT.
When they do it like that, yeah. Sometimes it's just like a big ending / I'm gonna push you down.
No, I think I haven't seen them do it that way for a while. So I think they've kind of like, I think one day just someone was trying to do the push.
Yeah, I think it was Kofi.
And then he just like was like, whoops, I just did a DDT. And then evolved the fucking team finisher, and it looks so much better now.
It really does.
So keep it that way.
Yeah.
Alright, and that wrapped up SmackDown.
Alright, and the overall rating for this week's programming, I'd say about a D. It wasn't terribly entertaining week.
Yeah,
nothing special.
I'd definitely give it a D as well. Like, there's really nothing special to mention.
Yeah, there was no big angles, no big moments, no big victories really.
Like, to be honest, if you missed this week, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Yeah.
One thing I want to mention is, I don't know if it's just because I'm used to him being in almost every segment of the show, but there really wasn't much Rollins this week.
No, that's definite. Like, I noticed that too. Like, apart from like we discussed off camera, you said that he had a small segment backstage.
Yeah.
And then he came out for the main event.
And that was his entire
that was his
effort
entire
into
week.
this week.
Like, he wasn't on SmackDown at all.
No.
And
he's never on Main Event or Superstars.
Yeah, but like, I mean, well, technically he was one of the most heavily featured people on Main Event Superstars. The fucking Raw rebounds and shit.
Good point.
So, but
I noticed even on Raw, like they usually have him in like every second or third segment.
Yeah, but lack of Rollins this week. So, yeah. Moving on to MVP and Jobber of the Week. It's kind of awkward. We both have the same one for both of them.
Yep, so you can say I'm MVP and I'll say our Jobber.
Alright, so MVP of the week was the New Day because they destroyed fucking everyone that was put in front of them this week, really.
New Day they have been booked how they wanted to book Roman Reigns. They've made them look really damn strong.
Yeah, New Day rocks, man.
Definitely.
New Day rocks.
And then Jobber of the Week, we both chose Rusev. For pretty obvious reasons. We feel like he's going to go down the absolute shitter. And his segments this week, which is terrible. He lost a lot.
He lost every match he had.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, give it like a month, to just see him on Main Event Superstars every week.
Yeah, he'll be Mr. Main Event in the way of he'll be main eventing every match on
He'll
Main
be
Event.
the new Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah. For those who used to watch Main Event while Del Rio was still working, you could not have a Main Event without Del Rio in it.
Yep.
It was usually Sheamus his opponent as well.
Yep. It was like the Orton Sheamus of Main Event.
It was weird. They once actually had on Main Event Sheamus and Del Rio in a last man standing match.
I remember that.
It was fucking weird.
And it was a good match.
It was good, yeah.
What the hell happened to Main Event Superstars, guys?
This was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, so...
It's not even that long. Either way. So I guess that'll wrap it up for the week of programming. So that will be the whole fucking show. So like, rate, subscribe, share our video with a friend.
Yep, all those good things, and we'll see you next time for some more one-of-a-kind reviews.
Have a nice day.